Vince Carter is going to break an NBA record. Keep it moving or hit the brakes.
Vinsanity, let's hit the brakes. Pump the brakes.
After saying that this was going to be like pretty much his last year, he now announced that he wants to come back, and he does want to play another year. This will be his 22nd season next year, which will be an NBA record. Chiney, are you going to play another 19 years in the WNBA?
Hard no. The way this body's set up, nah, fam. The fact that he's 22 seasons, that's 5 more and it'd be my age, not to date myself.
That's crazy.
But it's just nuts. I think what he really wants is to be the honorary all-star, like D Wade and Dirk this year. He's gonna, and guess what? I know Rachel Nichols talks about it all the time. He will likely be in the dunk contest. So I'm just gonna put it out there. Dunk
amazing.
Contest, honorary all-star. I wonder who the other will be.
That'd be amazing. Zion and Vince Carter in the dunk contest would just be one for the ages.
And Ja.
One thing I love about what Vince Carter has done is he hasn't gone. He's playing on the Hawks. You know what I mean? He hasn't jumped in like chasing rings. He's really decided to nurture young players and still playing in losing seasons. I love Vince Carter so much, and I'm so excited that he's coming back. Next topic: Lonzo Ball and his agent Harrison Gaines have mutually decided to go separate ways professionally. Keep moving or hit the brakes.
Keep it moving, Big Baller Brand. I'm sorry, you took these L's.
Keep it moving.
Showtime made a quick appearance in Los Angeles last night. Keep it moving or hit the brakes.
Okay, let's hit the brakes.
Well, it wasn't real Showtime. It was actually the Warriors. But, take a look at this amazing pass from Steph Curry. Look at that. Behind the back with his left hand on a dime. Is that as hard to do as it looks?
It really is as hard to do. The only way I could do this, if you watch it there, your hand has to slap your back. Hoopers know this. To get that pass out there, your hand has to slap your back hard. But he does it with ease. People don't talk enough about how great Steph Curry can be and is at times at playmaking. And he has gifts. He has gifts.
He really is. He has gifts. But I remember one behind-the-back pass from Steph Curry that I think that didn't really work out as well as this one did. Do you remember this one? We were Game 7. Look at the situation. 5 minutes left in Game 7, and he just throws it out of it. Look at Klay Thompson there. I will never forget that moment.
I have an explanation for this. Steph, this whole time, has not been good. He's not been good. Let's be real here. He was not wearing contacts.
Overrated.
He was not wearing contacts. He couldn't see the rim. I think we're going to see new levels of Steph Curry. That's why that pass was not working then. He put in contacts. Look at him now.
Boom. Look at him now. Great point. I think I should get some contacts even though I don't need them.
I wear contacts when I play.
Someone's got to help this jump shot. Someone's got to help it.
You need more than contacts, man.
Anthony Davis was fined $15,000 for an obscene gesture. Keep it moving or hit the brakes.
I saw the gesture. Keep it moving.
We keep it moving. We keep it moving.
Thank you, Method Man. Taraji P. Henson. I apologize, Taraji. You are the best. She's claiming that Jussie Smollett will return to Empire. Keep it moving or hit the brakes.
Keep it moving, man.
Chris
Rock said it best. Keep it moving.
The Knicks, the Clippers, the Hawks, and the Mavericks have a really interesting way of getting more data from their players. Keep it moving or hit the brakes.
Hit the brakes.
These 4 teams are taking voluntary blood samples from their players to analyze them, to find out if they're getting enough sleep, to kind of what sort of vitamins and minerals they're getting. There's basically just getting blood work from their players to track them. You are a WNBA star. Would you give blood samples to your team?
This is actually really interesting. And the reason why I think it's okay is because it's voluntary. When it becomes mandatory, it'll cross a line, and you probably will see the union get involved. I'm also on the WNBPA. So I have no problems with this. If I want to get the most from my health coverage while I'm an active player, make the most of it, I'm cool with it. I like to know. But if this becomes mandatory, then it's probably an issue.
Well, you are what, vice president of the WNBA PA?
Correct.
I just want to make sure I get your title right. You have a lot of titles. You're an NBA star. You're a media star. Now you're the vice president of the WNBA PA. So if the teams proposed to make it mandatory, what would your suggestion be as someone who actually has a voice in it?
Yeah, I'd have to make sure there's clearance from the union so that every player is comfortable in the league making a blood test mandatory, more so because we are entitled to our privacy as well. And a lot of, GMs, front office members want to have as much information on prospects or even trades. You know how all these regulations are coming up where, we want to have as much information as possible so that we know what our asset is. Well, we're also human beings when we're not on the court. So I would always err on the side of protecting the player. So as long as it's voluntary, I'm not mad at it. But if it becomes mandatory, I think the union, the MBPA, will get involved.
It is interesting, and I think one of the things that I would suggest is be like, well, you guys, let's be very clear about what you're doing with this blood. Like, there's certain things that you can test for, and there's certain things that you cannot. So let's be very clear about that. I think in time they may have that discussion.